All right, then. Well, I don't know what made me start asking that question, but I just kind of thought it was funny. I got my driver's license in September, and I go about 60 in the 45. So I'm thinking about racing when I'm driving. Anytime somebody tries to pass me, yeah, I don't use cruise control at all. I just kind of use my own foot and use my own cruise control, which is about 60.
Yeah.
And every time somebody tries to pass me, I speed up. I will gun it. Like, I am with it.
I'm usually on cruise control, and I got to pass the same car like 3 times.
Yeah. But after I get out of the car, like after the highway or something, I'll thank all my sponsors. It was a good race. Good race getting down through there. No,
Lord.
Anyways, that is your off-the-wall question, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Charlie, take us away.
Crap, I had a question on my head and it left me. Dadgummit.
Do you need me to ask another one?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
All right.
Dadgummit, man.
So, Nate and Billy, how cool would it be, since Lionel is making so many late model diecasts now, like Amber Lynn's getting her own, how cool would it be to have y'all's, or maybe Billy, you have like your own modified like scale car, I guess, and then Nate, you have your own diecast from Lionel. How cool would that be to like have one just sitting on your shelf, like just knowing that's your car on your shelf?
I mean, I that would be cool. I mean, I have actually seen, there's a guy out there that has my modified. He did my modified. And he sent me some pictures of it. It's really nice. Yeah.
I'd definitely like to see it. I want to collect those little model kits, but I don't have the patience to put them together. I would attempt to, but I probably wouldn't finish. I'd let the frustration get ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not the easiest thing.
Yeah, Charlie, he's got Burt Myers, and he's told me he's not going to put it together. Is that correct, Mr. Warren?
That is correct. I don't have the patience either. I'd get mad and mess it up. So I look like the neighbor's trash can when I get done with that thing.
All right, Charlie, you figured out your question yet?
No, I haven't.
Not. All right, let's see. See, Nate's not answered the question in a little bit. So, Nate, what is your dream sponsor?
I really, it really doesn't matter.
That question. Before you answer that question, just try to get your current sponsor's name right.
Well, that's my current sponsor, Koger Plumbing, gets so aggravated because every time I get out of the car, I pronounce his name Koger instead of Kogar. So it is Kogar Plumbing.
No, it's Koger Plumbing. It's Koger Plumbing.
Yeah, Koger. And he gets really upset about that, but I don't really have a dream sponsor. I'm willing to work with anybody that'll work with me. A lot of people either sponsor me because they like my driving style or don't sponsor me because they hate my driving style.
I got you. All right, Billy, do you have a specific sponsor you'd like to have?
No, I mean, honestly, I've got some great sponsors that have been with me through the years. Sykes Metal Roofing, they've been great to us over the years. Brad Smith at Velocita. I guess that's the best sponsor a man could ask for in racing, you know. He supplies all of our safety equipment, helmets, and you know, speakers and new mics and new suits and custom suits and shoes and gloves and head and neck devices and seat belts, and you know, that's the guy that matters.
I got you.
I mean, if I could say, I'd really love to have this guy for a sponsor, it would be that guy, and he is my sponsor.
It's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
All right, Charlie, you figured out that question yet? It's been about, 10 minutes? Okay, good.
All right, so Billy and Nate, is for both of you. What would y'all say has been y'all's biggest oh crap moment?
Go ahead, Nate.
I'm not really sure.
I can tell you if you're not sure.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh, it was the night that you're sitting out there in the infield and they destroyed your car, and we had to rebuild it back that week, and you were in the middle of a championship run. It would be that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the night that him and Nick Wall got into it out there in the infield, Nate was leading the points as well as the race at the time. He actually ended up winning the race, but that night it got the whole right side frame rail and the front cross member, and the rear clip as well. And we had to put a new front clip, a new rear clip, a new right side frame rail, and a new front cross member in it, and get it back together, and took it back and raced it the next week, and because he was leading the points.
I guess it's safe to say Nick Wall was looking for some trouble that night.
Well, I will tell you that Nick Wall never came back. Because if he had, would probably have been some retaliation.
He did come back for street stock this year, but I guess he knew that's not where y'all was
because
present.
we were going.
Yeah. I don't know what his plans are for this year.
Yeah, that was a pretty smart move on his part.
Y'all think there will ever be a time that y'all talk about it, or is it just a thing in the past, or?
I'm not that guy. I don't have any hard feelings towards Nick Wall or Doug Wall, and I'm sure I've spoke to both of them, since all that happened, and I'm pretty sure Nate has. At the same time, put in the right situation at the right time, I would take advantage of it and remind him how much it cost me to put my car back together.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my biggest moment was I was leading a 602 tour race at Caraway one night, coming to the checkered flag. Coming down the back stretch, my spotter said, clear by 3. In the middle of 3 and 4, all of a sudden my car takes off and hits the wall because Amber Lynn drove in there overhead and never cracked the throttle and put me in the wall down there and knocked the clip off of my car and, basically destroyed my car. And she's not one of my favorite people. Her and Nate raced together good this year. She's one of the few people over there that, she's one of the few people that will wreck you and say, hey, I wrecked you, and I'll wreck you again next week if you get in my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus the, oh, I didn't mean to, and so, I give her some credit for that, but the right opportunity at the right time in the right situation, she better pull her belts tight.
All right, let's see. Whose turn is it right now, Charlie? Is it mine or is it yours? I don't even know. Is it mine? Okay. All right, so Nate, in one of the Sports 100s, you and Spencer Martin kind of had like a little run in, and then I seen a video on Facebook where there's a big brawl in the pit area, like right after both y'all went in there. How in the world did that start?
So we had a flat tire. So we came into our pit stall to change a flat tire and get back out on the racetrack. In the midst of that, of course, I can talk to my crew guys. They're getting the car jacked up, getting ready to change the tire, and all of a sudden, Spencer pulls right up next to me, not where he pits, pulls right up next to me where I'm pitting, and all his crew guys start running over there. Well, of course, there's no audio of it, but in the midst of all this, my crew guys are trying to change the tire, and they got guys jumping on them. And the way that all ended up was they said, we can't change the tire. They're jumping on us. I said, well, if they want to fight, let's fight. So my crew guys get to going at it. I'm stuck in the car because I've got to still undo all my seat belts, my radios, my neck restraint, got to get all that stuff off. And by the time I get out, there's all the cops and everything there. So after that all happened, Gray had actually ended up sending it off to NASCAR and so the original, I guess, suspension would be suspended for the rest of the season. Well, no, it was suspended for 4 weeks and couldn't come back for 4 weeks. Once I did come back, after the 4 weeks was up, I would be on probation until December 31st. So we took that to NASCAR. We appealed that and ended up getting to race every race after that because we did win our appeal. So we got that cleared out. They just put me on probation until December 31st, which is now, of course, over. So I'm no longer on NASCAR probation. So pretty clear there. But that's pretty much how all that went down.
Wow. No, it's good that I got a backstory on that, because I had seen the video on Facebook, and I just said, wow, that's crazy. It's wild to see. All right, Charlie, you got something? No? Oh, okay. All right, Billy, since you're now running a 602, do you ever plan on running a modified race at Bowman Gray?
I do. I will. Before everything is said and done, I have all intentions of going to Bowman Gray to try and win a modified race. I have talked to some guys about possibly driving their cars, some different cars, and really leaning towards, one of those engines to run at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. That's a big investment for a small team like ours. That's like our whole year's racing budget, So I have the desire. I'm going to make it happen some way, somehow. I just don't know when.
I got you. Takes time. Takes a little bit of time. All right.
Yeah, well, this past season was our very first season in the modified. As a matter of fact, and I just found out last week that we actually finished third in the 602 points, and we're going to the banquet tomorrow to receive the trophy. So that'll be interesting.
Yep. Always good collecting some awards.
Yes, sir. I've got championship trophies, and I've done a lot of things. Third place might not sound like a huge accomplishment, but I felt like my rookie season in the modified, I'm pretty proud of that.
Oh yeah, definitely.